To connect to CBrain, you should go to the CBrain portal that is right here. Sorry, I have some overlap on my sharing screen. So it's already here. You should have received all the information about the login information in email in the last few days. So for me, I have my login, it's HB298, and I have a password that I will type. So okay, live demo. Okay, here it is. So what we have done for the workshop is we created all demo accounts. So it's really that you should have access to all of that when you with this demo account. You can ask for an account after the workshop if you want. So you will see that we have some public data set that is in brown. So we have specifically the CONP Big Brain, and you can see some other like the OpenPain and the Simon. But we will be interested to the Big Brain. So you can just click on it. Here you will see that you will have a bunch of files. As Tristan have mentioned previously, we have different data sets that is available through CONP. So how we have done that in CBrain, you will see that you have different providers right here. So we have the 3D classified volume. Sorry, it didn't fit on my screen. So I'm not sure it's really visible here, but you have the CONP Big Brain datasets, the 3D volumes, and the 3D surface. So we will be interesting to the first one that is called the Big Brain one with 300 and something like that files. I will just go with a bigger font. So as you can see in my exercise right here, what I will show you is how to set up your stuff, how to launch one task in your files, how to monitor the task, how to explore the result after that. And I will also show you how to run multiple tasks on multiple files in one time. So what I will ask you to do just to keep stuff with little compartment it, I will ask you to create a new project. To do that, you should go to this page. So it's just like groups. You can go here, in fact, project, you can click on it. You should create a project. I already have one created. It's called iBal, like this, but you can call it whatever you want, and you just need to click on create. After that, when you have done that, you will see that it appears here in green, light green. So it just to run it easily after that. So I hope I have nobody. So now I will go back to the CONP Big Brain project. As you can see, I have a bunch of files. You have all the Nifty, first of all, you have all the Nifty file and all the Ming files that you can see. We will select the Nifty files because we will run FSL stats. So we need to have Nifty files as input. Here it is. And you will be able to see block 4 on 40 and so on. So to run the task on it, you just need to select the file, in fact. So we are somewhere like here. So you just need to select the files, then click on the launch button. And now you will be able to see the tools that is available in CBrain. So we have a bunch of tools like FSL Stat, some other FSL tools. We have Reckonall. Not all it's runnable on the Big Brain dataset, but we have some FSL First, FSL Stat, and so on. So what I will ask to launch is FSL Stats. As this, we will stick to what we have done in the data lab and boutique part before. So if you don't find it easily, you can just type in the search box right here. So you see that I just see the FSL stats right now. Now you should select a server and version. For this one, it's only available on Converter 2, so no big deal. You just have to select this one, but we have some tools are installed in more than one place. So you should select this one and launch the FSL stat stuff. Here, I will ask you just to change the project to my work project. That is the one that you have created just right before. In this way, the result and the task launching will go in this specific project. So just to tell you, this form, it's based on what is in the boutique descriptors that Tristan showed you and Valerie showed you right before. So it's exactly the same boutique descriptors that make this form available and that will launch the tool in CBrain. So the input files, in this case, is the files you just selected right before. So you can see here. What I have said, but it's really like Tristan before, it's just for presentation and it's just for demonstration purpose. I have selected the -E option and the 2M option, just to calculate entropy, mean, and some other mean. And after that, you can go at the top down, sorry, like here it will be better. At the top down, you have the Start FSL Stats button. So if everything, oh, this one I forgot. You need to save the result on a specific data provider. We have some, it's already available to you. You can see here. This one is service storage. So don't use the local one, but use the one called main store or the roll-up store. That is default data provider that we provide to everyone in CBrain, where you can share, stock your data. So I will select main store, for example. So here it is. After that, you just need to go at the top down and start FSL stats. So as I showed you before, we select the project where you have the task launching. So it was the one that you created right before. So if I go in the project here and on the task panel, you will see that I have a task that is appearing. We can see that it's FSL stats. It's my task, so it's under my name, my login name. And after that, you have the execution server, the status, so it's new. CBrain will automatically handle that. It's already on CPU, so you have new queued on CPU and completed right after. So it takes few minutes to run, so maybe 1 or 2 minutes. So you can monitor it just by refreshing it, and you can open it. In fact, just click on the link and the task type, and you will see that you have the information about the task right here. So what you will see here is the name of the tool, where you execute the tools, the tool version, the status of the task, the owner of the task, the project, when it was submitted, last update, and so on. If you refresh, I think it's completed. So you see that it's completed. What is interesting in CBrain, it's that you are able to track what was done with your data. So you have the summary of the options that you just launched. So if you see, we have the -M option, the M option that was true, the E option that was true too, and the input data. You can have some other data, some other input files. So it will appear here if you have some other input data. And you have the output files that just appear here, that is stored in CBrain directly. I will show you that right after. You have all the processing log. So when it was started, on which cluster it was submitted, when it was set up, the revision of the code, and so on. So it's really handy when you want to reproduce something that was before done. You have some little information about the resource usage here. So how many times CPU, the wall time, and the specs that it takes. And at the end, you can see the standard output and the standard error of the tool itself. So if we came back at the top in this parameter page, you will see that I have the output files and it's a link. So you can simply click on it and it will appear in other page. And here you have all the information about the files itself, so the outputs. And you have the content of the file. So it was -e, -m, and uppercase M. And that's the content of, that's the result of the pipeline, in fact. So I think if no question, if you have no question, I can go further and just launch the task on multiple files at once. Because launching in one file, on one file, it's handy to just check if everything works well and if it's all okay. But what you generally want to do, it's launching on multiple tasks. So to do that, you need to go on the CONP Big Brain project right now. So you will see all the block files as you have seen before. So what I will ask to do is just to put five files per page. Yes, so maybe just 2 because we will be all of us. No, it's just 5. Okay, 5. You can select everything here. So you will have 5 files that is selected. And you will be able to create a file list. Okay, so here you have a file list. This file list will be used by cBrain to generate 5 tasks. And each of the entry of these files will be one entry for one task. So you see that I have 5 ID here. So it is created under the project HB, your project. So I will show you where to get it back. I hope I lost nobody. So if you go to the full project list, you will see that you have one project that is in purple. That is where you can see your personal files and your personal stuff right here. So I will remove the filter because the files have a specific name that is .cbsv files. So here it is. Then you will have to select these files. As before, you will launch it. So select the FSL stats on converter 2, launch it. Then, as before, I will ask you to select your work project right here that you created before. And now you can select the input files. The input files will not be a simple Nifty file right now. It will be the CBSV files that you just created before with all the 5 names of the files you want to run. So here it is. Same, you need to save the result on main store. Oh, I will ask you to save in SFTP1 because it will be handy after, because I will show you how to get back your results locally, in fact, in Google Colab. But you can do that on your local computer too. So I have the SFTP1 selected right here. I have the project here. Here I have the file list that is selected as an input. And then I will select my options to launch the task, for example, this free one. And I will start FSL stat. So we are far away in my presentation. We are here. Did I click on it? No. So right now, if you go to the project you just created at the beginning of the presentation, you will see on the task list that you have the task you launched before that was already completed, but here you will have 5 tasks that is in status news because it was launched. And if you expand, now it's queued. And if you refresh, it will go to on CPU and then to completed. I think it's right time to take question if you have, because after that I will go to the SFTP side and have to get back your results on your local side. So it's on CPU. We are all in queued. So for some, it will take more time because everyone is launching 5 tasks.
Maybe this is just an opportunity to say, so this is being run for the purposes of the workshop on our specific CBrain server. CBrain also interconnects with all the HPC resources in Canada, but also other ones elsewhere in the US, such as TAC, the Pittsburgh Supercomputing Center, as other ones in Europe. And as was mentioned already before, is in progress and being configured for connectivity to the Joule system. So
yes, as you can see, I have 2 of 5 that is already finished. So I can connect, I can click on it, and same here, you will have the same information you just see before. So this is really handy because if you want to launch this task, this specific task on all the big brain data sets, on all the blocks, you will be able to do it with only one file, that is the CBCSV file that you selected at the beginning. You didn't see it because, as I said, it will create 5 different tasks with 5 different input files that is generated automatically. So this is for the CBrain part. I think you see the workflow that allow you to launch tasks in CBrain with that. So I will show you how to get back the results with the SFTP client. So as I asked to you, you select the SFTP1 for register your output data. So I will ask you to go to this page if you want to have more information about the SFTP client of the SFTP server of CBrain. And I have the information in the Python notebook too. So you just need to run this cell. This cell will just create a CBrain output directory inside the content, just to keep the stuff clear at the end. And here you will launch, you will execute the SFTP command. So your login, obviously, it's your login. It's not mine. So it's HB9298 for me, but it will be whatever you have as a login. So now you can connect to it. Can take. So he asked me for the password. It's a little bit unclear, but now I need to type my password. So here it is. Okay, now it's a little bit tricky because it is on Colab, and you will see the command line I will type just as it was password. So you will just see whatever ... but it's really the command line. So here I just type ls. So if you see, I just type the ls command, and I can see that I have 5 files here. That is the one I just created with my tasks right before. So to now overload the server, I will just ask for one of the tasks. So I just copy this one and just want to execute get command. So if you see here, I have the get command. I will put you. I will close this one and I will just put you like that. Do you see just my Colab? I guess. So have you seen? Yeah, okay. My font is so small. That's why. That's better. So you have seen that during the SFTP session, I ls. So I see that I have the 5 output files. And then I just get the block 40.002, and now I have get it back. So if I ls here, I should see that on my Colab environment. Oh, I need to exit, sorry. Just say bye. To exit, you just need to buy. So here I have, I'm inside the Colab environment and I ls into it, and I see that I get back my results. So I can either cat the file if I want to. And you will see the content of the files. So that is here. I don't have, okay. I was really quick, really quick. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I hope I lost nobody because, yeah, I was pretty quick on this one. So the interesting point is that when we have boutique descriptor, we can easily integrate the tool into CBrain. In fact, it is what is done for a bunch of tools in CBrain. So in this way, we really use what is already publicly available, like Container and so on, because as Tristan said before, we are able to launch Container on HPC. So it's really a way to track the version and what was run with your data. So yes, that's it. If you have questions, feel free. I have seen one in the QA, two in the QA.
Natasha, I guess people can also use their CBrain account for the coming day, maybe, and follow.
Yeah, sure.
If they didn't have the time to exactly follow what you did, they can get back to your slides. It's quite well detailed there, and reproduce these steps from there.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll keep the accounts open until probably say the next couple of days for people to go through these things. And then maybe we encourage people also to look at you can register and create a CBrain account for themselves as need going forward. That will help them also going forward.
Yeah, you can just ask for an account. In fact, if I disconnect right here, you can have access to the request an account. So you will be able to request one if you want to use your own. So yes. Pierre is answering to one of the questions. Anna, do you want me to give, I can give a slower tour. So just for one task, for example, it's really like you just need to select. Sorry.
Are you asking me, Natasha?
No, no Anna Bartalis.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So you just need to select one Nifty files, for example, this one. Then you need to launch. You can select whatever tools you want here, for example, the FSL stat one. You just have one choice for now about the server. You need to launch it. After that, select the data provider where the result will be stored, the project, so the one you just created before, or you can use this one if you want. It's your personal space, in fact. After that, select the input files, select the option you want. It's basic options that is provided by FSL stat. For example, this 3.1. And just click launch at the bottom. And then the task will be available right here under the task page. So you see that I have my new FSL stats task that is a new status, and that will just go to news, queued, and completed. So that's for the CBrain part. Brian, if you want to add something, and if people have questions, we can respond.
No, there's nothing else other than thank you, and just indicate that this is the CBrain portion. So this the task execution, which is a backend common between the NeuroHub interface and the CBrain side. There are some feature differences between the NeuroHub side and the CBrain side, but they all leverage the CBrain task execution on the back end.